what very well could be the last video of the story portion of our Sonic Adventure 2 battle playthrough here. In the last video, we finished the Dark storyline. Once again, like the hero, you'll see that we have an emblem beneath it to show that we finished it. And beautifully, wonderfully, the best feeling to get to have in a game with multiple playthroughs like this. A third story campaign called Last, which definitely cements my theory that they just wanted 4 letters for each. It's now available, and who knows who will play as, what will take place in this last story. So I'm excited. I hope you are too, and I hope you're doing really well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the last story select here.
What's that? That vibration?
Hey, wait! Someone is coming.
You haven't given up yet?
Oh, it's all over for us.
What do you mean?
I just received a message from my boss. This space colony Ark is currently approaching the Earth at an incredible velocity. It probably will impact Earth.
What's that on the screen?
This is a death sentence for every human being on Earth. If my calculations are correct, the space colony Ark will impact the Earth in 27 minutes and 53 seconds. All of you will be destroyed, along with your beloved planet Earth. I plan to give you a taste of my revenge once all the 7 Chaos Emeralds are collected. Once I initiate this program, it cannot be disabled. All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Ready!
What's going on here? Who is that?
I plan to give you a taste of
Hey,
my revenge.
the vibration's getting
once all
worse.
the seven-
Professor Gerald Robotnik, one of the greatest scientific minds in the world, and my grandfather.
What? I knew you were behind all this. Stop it right now, or else...
I'd have done this a long time ago if I had the chance.
What do you mean?
You're pretty persistent for a hedgehog, aren't you? You're still alive.
Just letting Knuckles pilot the shuttle on the way over here was more dangerous than you could ever be.
What is this?
This is my grandfather's diary.
I don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought it would be something that would benefit mankind, but then the military guards landed on the colony that day. They were sent to destroy the research project that I had been working on. My colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter, Maria, I hope you are all safe. The colony was completely shut down, probably to keep the prototype from falling into the wrong hands.
The Ark was shut down under the premise that there had been an accident. I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was
If you wish to fill the world with destruction... Oh, so that's why you released Shadow from the base.
The Eclipse cannon is now highly reactive and explosive. This is because the Chaos Emerald is overpowered. If the colony collides with Earth, it will shatter into pieces like my grandfather predicted. That mad scientist!
That should be you, right? We have to stop the space colony now!
The space colony arc position may have shifted due to the amount of energy given off by the emeralds. We have to stop the energy.
But how?
That's it. There is a way to stop the energy. We have to use your emerald. You're the one that told me that the Master Emerald has the power to stop the Chaos Emerald.
That's right. If I use this, I just might be able to stop the Chaos Emerald.
The reaction of the Chaos Emerald is moving toward the cannon's core. It may be too late.
There still may be some time left. If we pull together, we might be able to get to the shortcut that leads to the core.
No worries. Just leave it to me. I'm the world's fastest hedgehog.
Then, let's get to work!
Final stage, Cannon's core. Even though it was a Sonic logo, we're now playing as Tails, and wow, that is a much larger lore dump than I remember. Gotta wait for him to, okay, gotta wait from lower shield, I do remember that. Eggman had to tell us what to do here. We learned the very emotional circumstances that are surrounding the Space Colony arc, and Gerald Robotnik, Eggman's grandfather, and it's very serious. It's a lot. It's actually a lot heavier than I recall it being, but pretty interesting. And we learned that Shadow was created to destroy the world, essentially, and now we have to carry out that very common trope of heroes and villains working together to stop a greater evil or a large cataclysmic event. And I mean, it's a good trope. There's a reason it happens so much, so I'm excited. The gimmick with this, as Omochao's explaining to us, the gimmick with this Tails level is that this stops time, allowing us to easily travel through, but thankfully doors still open, but enemies are frozen. I'm pretty sure the particle effects in the background here also freeze, but I could be wrong about that. It's a pretty neat, oh wow, those are passing faster than I thought. It's a pretty neat little mechanic. And they stop these lasers completely. You can also shoot the time freeze to extend it. Trying to get as many lock-ons as I can here. We're actually doing pretty good, I think, but I think the game is now asking me to... Yeah. Oh! Okay, that was not me. I didn't do anything there. I landed where it looked like it was expecting me to, and then it just booted me off. That's no fun. Now, these enemies obviously drop Chow items, but I don't recall if... Oh, I didn't get the points for that because he shot them off. I don't remember if there are Chow boxes in the last story, but hopefully there are. Oh, this is on the whole just a much worse run of this level. Hopefully we can redeem ourselves. Excuse me, once again I'm dragging you into it. Hopefully I can redeem myself. Oh, I lost the lock on. Okay, so now I really know that, or the limits of that. I could have just walked through that, but I wanted to shoot it for a little bit more fun. Let's try this one more time. Okay, that went better. Okay, I was able to bait out the vulnerability on that enemy. You would think that because of the seals, and yeah, they also stop these weights. See, a time stop affects a great deal of things in this level. I remember this room being a little bit confusing, but it's absolutely not, so I'm not sure why I have that memory. And here's the security door Eggman just mentioned that we need to destroy. Yep, you guessed it. In the last storyline, we will be playing as literally everyone. Which, in my opinion, in an entire game where we're playing as so many different characters, it makes a lot more sense to play as everyone in short bursts rather than what we were used to with the Supersonic storyline at the end of Sonic Adventure, where it's just Sonic again. Although there is something to be said that's for the comparison where, oh, it wasn't fast enough. Obviously, the characters are a lot more spaced out in this game because of the nature of the levels being alternating between them. Come on. So by the time you unlocked everything, or by the time you unlocked Supersonic storyline in Sonic Adventure, it had been quite some time since you last played as Sonic, so it was kind of welcome. But you play as Sonic pretty consistently in this game, so I think it's a lot better to continue the trend and just have us switch between everybody. And let's try to find a good platform for us here. We do have Glide, which should make things easier, but let's try this. Where's our goal? Uh-oh. I think there was a platform that came up from here, so I was hoping that it would. There we go. I was hoping it would save me, but not quite. There's the door. Not too bad. Could have been worse. It's very nice of the game to let you extend the time freezing by shooting the switch. I remembered that fell after I jumped. Too bad. I'm not sure that door even lets you get to it. But something to test in future playthroughs. We can just completely skip those platforms. Destroy those things before we have to worry about the timing. Here's another. I think I remember this level being, these rooms being more difficult because I was a child and children are dumb. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect little path there for us. And hopefully we can, when this comes out, we can jump onto it. Maybe not. Oh, we're gonna have to wait for an up block. Nice. Eggman was able to really pull up his legs there to make that jump, and I appreciate it. So this is a very different looking area now, and we have to get to that switch, and we can't fly through there. So our only recourse is to climb up on these pillars. It's pretty funny how this is all coming back to me. Obviously I've played and replayed this game more times than I can count, but it has been, I think I already said this before, it has been longer. A longer amount of time between when I played Sonic Adventure 2 last compared to Sonic Adventure 3, so I remembered I had to climb this, pick up this switch, and then we can fly through this falling waterfall before the time runs out and then accidentally fall. As soon as, yeah, we can stop the switch in order to squeeze through those 2 blocks there. Get an invincibility so we can just jump right into that enemy, I guess is the best reason. Hit that switch to release the lever. And now, of course, we have to get back to where we were initially. Oh, I wasn't looking at the path. We have to time it so we can get through, but also not get blocked off. Okay, not too bad. I only remembered at the last second how quickly you had to do that. Although, actually, there's a switch in here, so it's not as tight as it seems. And Rouge's level is done just like that. And hopefully she can get out of there quick. But she doesn't seem too concerned about the rising water sand level. Unfortunately, Tails and Eggman's mechs are way too strong. You would expect Knuckles to be just as strong, but unfortunately not. Now that we're diving through the underwater portion that Rouge just filled, I think I said that weird. I'd like to remind you that the air necklace that we picked up, I think that's what it's called, on Knuckles is completely optional, and we could have missed it, and it would indeed make this part an absolute nightmare comparatively. Oh, it wasn't quick enough. That's gonna push us out. Oh no, we made it. Yeah, we gotta be quicker, but the swimming is unfortunately a little imprecise, so that should be good enough if I can get through quick enough. Good stuff. Let's pick up this little animal once again. Not sure how to get here with chows, but I'm not sure how to get back to the chow garden in this level. I have not seen a box or anything. Am I wrong about the switch being down here? Or did I just miss it? I must be wrong. Or I'm right and this video just got a lot longer. Oh, also it's very cute how the, it's very cute how the timer, the in-game timer for the level also freezes when you pull those switches. Just to add a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of flair to it. And there are air bubbles, but considering the fact that you're desperately searching for a switch, I wish I remembered where it was, though. It's definitely underwater, but I did want to take a look at my surroundings here. Oh, do I have to... I think I might have to pull the... Okay, let's pull the time stop switch and then go through those lasers. That's probably what it is. I think it'll be to our left here. That was it. So that was the part 1. And this was the part 2. What we just gained access to here. And by tapping the B button, we can hopefully avoid the lasers. And the current is too strong, just like we're in Atlantica in Kingdom Hearts. So as usual, time stop is the answer to all of our problems. If we can even make it in time. I hear the counter ticking down. Yeah. I'm actually significantly slower by holding down B to walk on water there, and swimming might be faster. Ooh, that was painfully close. And now we're dodging lasers. Like we're breaking into like we're trying to steal a precious gem from a museum. That was so close. So for that path we'll have to refresh the time stops. Even the particle effects falling, it's a really nice level of detail for the time stopping. There's the switch. I don't think Eggman is gonna make us come out here or go back the way we came, but we'll see. There's Sonic's very fun rail grinding or rail holding on to intro. Oh, door's over here. Had no idea where I was going. Oh, that's death. I thought that was going to be another free falling portion. Whoops. This level definitely does a very good job of feeling like a end level. So this might be a dead end. Okay, that door's locked. So I'm curious where it wants us. Oh. Probably have to destroy it and that unlocks the door. Yep. Also, the last story's areas are very interesting visually. Is there a time switch? Oh, I didn't even see that. Let's see what we can do here. We probably need to stop it. Oh, I thought it wouldn't let us bounce. That's fine. And we're free to somersault. And then some more cool lighting here. I'm not sure if that would have killed this or not, or if this is a different path, but once again, more Sonic Adventure 1 throwbacks to the Lost World stage. And I know I don't need to remind you that I'm a fan of this, but I will repeat myself and say it's a great Sonic Adventure 1 throwback. And there's the goal. The length of that level is really well paced, because it does feel pretty frantic and urgent, even when you get a D rank. I'm sure that death didn't help me though. The multiple deaths, I think. Yeah, Tails had a death. Oh no, Eggman. Or both. No, Tails.
I hate it when they leave me behind. Look, it's Shadow. I really gotta stop whining. Everyone's trying their best to help out, and so must I. Shadow, we need you. Please help us.
It's all going according to plan. There's no reason for me to help them. Besides, there's no way to save anyone.
There has to be. I know that people fight over the most trivial things. Some people may be selfish, like the professor said. But they're basically good if they try their best and never give up on their wishes. They always have a reason to be happy. That's why you should help them out. Saving them is a good thing. Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them. Give them a chance.
promise to Maria and you.
What's that? It looks just like the shrine of the Master Emerald.
They probably designed the core like the shrine to harness the power of the Chaos Emeralds.
All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel
Knuckles,
my
here it comes.
loss and despair. All of you grateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Could this be the prototype of the ultimate life form that was supposed to be encapsulated?
Leave this one to me.
Shadow, what are you doing?
I'll take care of this while you run to get the Chaos Emerald.
This is the Biolizard, the prototype of the ultimate life, which Shadow was apparently based on, and I gotta say, Gerald must have had one hell of a focus group. He brought him in and he said, hey, so I want to make the ultimate life form, right? And everyone else was like, And Gerald says, I was thinking giant lizard with some tubes on its mouth and tubes for eyes and a big tail that he can swipe with. And his focus group said, okay, that's weird. What does he do? And then Gerald continued to say he shoots orbs of electricity, dark orbs of electricity, and he can stand in one spot. And then he gets really, really tired, which then lets you grind on him and reveal its weak point to attack him. To which the focus group probably said, well, that sounds really weird and really lame and not very ultimate at all. And Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty popular, why don't you just make one of those? And that is the canon reason for the development of Shadow the Hedgehog. In-universe, not the development of the game Shadow the Hedgehog, that's a totally different thing. Oh, I thought he was gonna go down for sure. Yeah, this fight is very, it's very interesting how this fight continually grows its mechanics with each phase. Pretty straightforward, you just have to dodge and avoid him, but also don't get into his mouth, but also don't go too far. Or else his tail's gonna swipe at you, and that just kind of wastes time when you have to suddenly turn around. And you also have to avoid these chasms here. Oh, that's a very unfortunate spot. Okay, that should give me enough time. And they honestly come out pretty quick. And the recovery for somersault isn't that fast, so... Oh, I forgot about this attack completely. It's kind of a nightmare, usually. Oh, that's sad. This is... Yeah, I was gonna say that's a 0 rings. I remember getting stuck on this fight quite a lot. Oh. Yes, on Mochow, I know the Biolizard is invincible. I'm not trying to homing attack it. But it is probably one of the best boss fights in this whole series. Because it's clearly designed to, you know, be a boss fight with multiple phases. And it gets harder as it goes on because you have to go longer and avoid more mechanics as you take down his health more and more. So it becomes kind of like you just really have to get good at surviving the mechanics. somersaulting lets you see the cool somersault animation a little bit, although I didn't get it that time. Well, that was a lot more momentum than I was expecting. Shadow's ready to be done with this fight already. Yeah, it is a fun fight, even though the controls can be kind of, well, I won't blame it on controls, but it is easy to screw up, especially this part for me. I just need to get some better distance on him. I think I'm also jumping too long. That was all. Oh, that was a slower ride there. I guess the game heard me complain about the momentum of the previous one. Do some more running in circles, proving that we are in fact the real ultimate life form. And I mean, we also have opposable thumbs. It's another thing that really gives Shadow an edge over the Biolizard here. Oh, I jumped. Certainly he wouldn't do the lower one 3 times in a row, or the upper one 3 times in a row. Oh yeah, this part is tough. I need some rings really badly. There's some. Let's see if we can make it still. Let's go in for the other one. We might have to take the L on this. Okay, that's a relief. That's not the only time we'll have to do that in this fight, unfortunately. Now, I think he also gets faster each time we deal damage to him as well. Yeah, really all of the larger boss fights, like this one and the Egg Golem, are pretty fun and show a lot more design than any of the bosses in Adventure 1, which is unfortunate because I wish there were a little more boss fights in this game, actually, upon this playthrough. Oh, he's already doing it again. Okay, that was a relief. Shadow just wanted to freak me out a little bit. Just one more hit and we'll be good. And he's gonna do this again, it looks like. Okay. Let's be very careful.
Get out, you ugly prototype!
The servers are the 7 chaos. Chaos is power. Power is enriched by the heart. The controller is the one that unifies the chaos. Only you can do this.
Stop the Chaos Emeralds!
Is it gone?
Is that what chaos control is?
Since we've stopped the Chaos Emeralds, why is the space colony still on a crash course to Earth? Sonic?
were you when you saw Super Sonic and Super Shadow together for the first time? Because I remember it. I remember where I was. I was in my parents' living room and I was seeing the coolest shit I had ever seen in my entire life. Doesn't quite have the same impact anymore, but it is still a lot of fun to watch, remembering those memories. And now we have this really cool, very large scale. I always talk about how much I love scale, and this boss fight is on a much larger scale than anything else. I mean, Chaos, Perfect Chaos, the end of Adventure 1 is a pretty big scale too, but this is just, it's cooler. What can I say other than that? And the main theme of the game, Live and Learn, is playing in the background, which is one of the most popular songs in all of Sonic fandom. And that never ever gets old. And I've never had this much good luck fighting this boss, so worrying about the rings running out hasn't even been an issue. But of course, now that I said that, this is probably going to be, yeah, the hardest one, because there is a lot of stuff going on here. Oh, I went too far and then switched to Sonic, I think. We're so close. Why did I? Oh, curse my big mouth. We're good. And as we hear all of our friends tell us that they're rooting for us and we got this, it's just a great fight. I love it.
Did you really think you had a chance? No way that's getting through.
Shadow, I beg of you.
Maria.
Give them a chance to be happy.
Now, Shadow! Chaos control!
Maria, this is what you wanted, right? This is my promise I made to you.
Where is Shadow? Do you really think that the professor created him, Shadow, to carry out the revenge on all those who live here on Earth?
He was what he was. A brave and heroic hedgehog who gave his life to save this planet. Shadow the Hedgehog.
I guess you're right.
As a child, I looked up to my grandfather because of all the great things he accomplished in his life. He was my hero, and I wanted to be a great scientist like him. But did he really mean to destroy us?
I don't know, but what I do know is we all did it together.
You're right.
So what's next for you, Rouge? Off again to find those jewels you love so much?
Nah, I think I'm gonna give up this line of work. Too much work for too little pay. Anyway, I've got something better than jewels that I'm thinking about right now. It'll all work out. You'll see.
If you say so.
Created the ultimate life form.
What's the matter, Sonic?
Oh, it's nothing. Come on, let's go home. To the planet as cool and blue as me. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
And as the now dormant space colony arc chills out above the planet as cool and blue as him, we can safely say that we have finished Sonic Adventure 2, 1 and 2. And I don't know, I've said so much about both of these games over the course of these past videos. My first thought, very surface level thought, is that this game is a lot shorter than I remember it being. In my memory, it was never ever shorter than Sonic Adventure, but as you can see from the video counts here, on both playthroughs, it absolutely is a pretty shorter game. I also weirdly remember the story being not told better than it actually is, but I do remember there being more story in it and more connective tissue, but I think that's just a testament to when you're young, how it's so easy for you to automatically connect all the dots in your head, and your imagination sort of fills in the blanks for games and stories in general that have a lot of empty spaces for you to do so. I also think, as I've been playing through it and trying to formulate more thoughts on it, I think in comparison to the two games, Sonic Adventure 2 is a lot more ambitious. There's a lot more unique assets, unique levels, even though there is some reuse. And I said a little bit of this before, but I really think the goal of this game was to create something on a much larger scale than Sonic Adventure, and they absolutely succeeded in doing that. And 10th anniversary, that's funny considering how much time has passed, but I think they absolutely succeeded in doing that and creating a more ambitious, larger scale game. But I do think, as a result, especially in the mech levels for Eggman and Tails, those levels have aged very poorly in my opinion, and I think this game as a whole, Rest Easy Heroes, has aged more poorly than Adventure 1, unfortunately. It's still a lot of fun to play. Hello, Shadow. It's still a ton of fun to play, and I will always replay, from now on, I think, Adventure 1 and Adventure 2, when I get the urge to revisit that period of my life and get a rush of nostalgia here. But anyway, that's all I really have to say about the game, I think. As far as comparing the two go, I think Sonic Adventure 1 just aged a little bit better because it was a much more simple game with gameplay that wasn't as varied between all the characters. And it's really interesting. And also Sonic Adventure 1 has a lot less replayability. You can earn the emblems with the different objectives, but here I can just go into it right now and show you. Stage select in Sonic Adventure 2 is very robust. You can replay every single stage or just go to the Chow World. And every single one of them has 5 objectives to do. But anyway, this video is already over 45 minutes, so I'll try to cut things short and just say whether you watched both Adventure 1 and Adventure 2 or just Adventure 2, I really want to thank you for watching me play these. It means the world to me, and it was so fun to be able to revisit my childhood and get that dose of nostalgia I was talking about earlier. So, as always, thank you. Take care of yourself, stay safe, stay happy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.